time for the best coverage of high school football in the Valley. This is the Best Local Sports Show with Sports Director Blake Arthur, Sports Anchor Bailey Arredondo, and the News Channel 3 Sports Team.
Well, with most of our Desert Empire League teams on bye this week, the Desert Valley League takes center stage. A handful of games on the schedule, headlined by a battle between two unbeatens, a fight for first in the DVL.
Everybody wondering, will the landscape of the DVL change, or will the rich get richer? Desert Hot Springs continuing their historic season and attempting to knock off top dog Coachella Valley. Let's play some football. Week 6 of the Best Local Sports Show. Give me my theme music.
You're watching the Best Local Sports Show.
It's about the effort you put in.
Let's go, boy. Eagles on 3. 1, 2, 3. Eagles!
Do you wish you were playing tonight?
Absolutely. In fact, you might see me go in there maybe like the second quarter.
Ms. Raquel!
Coachella Valley High School Booster Club, and you're watching the best sports show
Ever. You're watching ever.
House, baby. Hell yeah. To the house.
Welcome into the Best Local Sports Show. Blake Arthur alongside Bailey Arredondo here for the 6th week of the season. And Bailey, limited schedule this week with most of our Desert Empire teams on a bye before they start league play next week. We'll have more on that later in the show. So for the second week in a row, we're leading with a Desert Valley League game. Another undefeated team taking their shot at the reigning champs, Coachella Valley.
Yeah, Blake, Desert Hot Springs has had a dream start to their season. But this was the game that was circled. This was the test. The road to a DVL title certainly runs through CV. All you can ask for in life is an opportunity. This one happened to be over 100 yards of green grass.
All right, here we go. Game of the week for us. We were out there at 4, 5, 6, 6:30 with live coverage pregame. Now we got the game. Golden Eagles, Mighty Arabs. Winner takes sole possession of first in league. We knew what CV was going to do, Bailey. They were going to let 23 go to work, and he does. Aaron Ramirez makes a defender fall. I mean, he had him on skates. This guy is something else. He's like a hot knife through butter through defenses. Makes it look so easy. Arabs on the board first. Back to CV and Bailey. They're going back to Ramirez, and why wouldn't they?
Looks hungry. Looks like he wants some more.
He is hungry. Hey, look, for how good Ramirez is, we got to give that O-line some credit. The big fellas up front
Pancake platoon.
making room for Ramirez. AR-23 at it again. 14-0 CV cruising early. DHS down but not out. Needing points in a bad way. They go to CD. Their best player on offense, Christian Davis, off the left side in for the score that made it 14-7.
We got a game.
Arabs would answer. This time it's the passing game. We had a game, 14-7, but CV's like not so fast. Derek Calderon, Ernesto Recio. That's a little curl route that turns into a huge play and a touchdown. DHS just unable to tackle in space. CV makes them pay 21-7. And look at your guy, Bill Johnson, Bailey. He's going bananas on the sidelines. He loves it.
Happy as can be. His boys are balling.
To the house, to the house. That's what he was saying. That's to the house. Arabs' aerial attack kept going. Check out the catch here by Mikey Rodriguez.
Woo!
Tip ball off his teammate. That's some concentration from Rodriguez, as he secures it for another score. DHS did not quit despite the large deficit. Messiah Smith to Diego Mira, the senior tight end, takes it all the way to the end zone. A play of will and determination, but this game was well in hand for the Arabs. It got out of hand, Bailey. In the end, all Arabs, the DHS defense, had no answers for the CV offense. Coachella Valley, Bailey, remains the class of the DEL. 47-21 the final over Desert Hot Springs. Mighty indeed. I mean, we thought this was going to be a good game, and CV rolls up Desert Hot Springs 47-21, a statement win for the Arabs.
Came out here hard, ready to play. I mean, that's what we do is CV football. We'll go out here and practice. It's a game plan. We're coming out here and execute.
It's exciting. You know, every season is a journey, and we're on a journey together. I'm happy about the win, and I congratulate the players on that. You know, we still have things that we've got to do. We still have to grow, man. We still have to continue to mature as a team, and you know, and offensively, I saw a lot of things that I liked. You know, and defensively, I saw a lot of things I like early on, you know what I mean? There's some really strong offensive players over there, and we really were able to shut that offense down in the early part of the game. So we were excited about that from a defensive perspective. From an offensive perspective, we were able to run the ball well. Aaron had a big game. Ivan Camargo came in, and he also, part of the plan was for Ivan to carry some of the load, and he did. And so we're happy about that. We just have to continue to build that maturity, that confidence in the heat of a feisty one. You know what I mean? And not allow ourselves to kind of get too chippy. You know, happened a little bit last week. This week a little bit here and there. And hey, these teams know each other. They're gonna compete. Man. They're gonna compete.
CV can't stop, won't stop. Remember last year when those two teams met, it was 52-0. CV, DHS, showing something. 14 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they were down, but they didn't show any quit. So DHS, a historic season, a lot of credit to them, but CV just showing that they're in a different weight class, I think, than any other team in the DVL. Still some games to play for them, but you got to think that they're the favorites to win this thing out.
Their minds aren't on late September. Their minds on making a run into late November.
Yeah.
Blake, coming up, Palm Springs. They were the lone Desert Empire team in town. The Indians in a makeup game, trying to make up some ground.
Yeah, that's right. Plus, more Desert Valley League action, including Indio. Ron Shipley running the show for the Rajas after Daniel Hayes was dismissed on Monday. We'll see if Indio could get their first win of the season. We'll have it all for you. You're watching high school football on the best local sports show.
Hey, are
you ready for this?
Go Rams. We just looking at film, but I'll drop a play later. I got you.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Chilling. Let's go. Hi.
This is Juan Delgado with the Indio Rajas, and you're watching the best local sports show.
Down the punt around the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Welcome back to the best local sports show. He's Blake and I'm Bailey. And Blake, earlier this week, shocking move made at Indio High School. Head coach Daniel Hayes was dismissed. Coach Zero relieved of his head coaching duties on what we were told was an administrative decision.
Yeah, Bailey, we have more on that story on our website from earlier in the week if you missed it. But in steps Raja's athletic director, Ron Shipley. And Bailey, he's a man who's no stranger to the sideline. Ship was the head coach at Shadow Hills for nearly 10 seasons before he moved crosstown to Indio.
Shipley and the Rajas seeking their first win of the season. Their opponent, Desert Mirage, who won their first 3 games, but coming off a loss against CV. Rajas on offense, 3rd and long. They tried the pass, but senior Andrew Medina gets in front of the receiver. Great coaching. PBU forces a punt for DM. Rams on offense. Rams offense rather, nothing to show. Here we are in the red zone. Josh Jackson catches and scores for Indio. I love the quick slants, Blake. That ball was from quarterback Daniel Jones, who was in for the injured Elijah Gutierrez. Gives Indio some life, 7-0. Hey, Haley didn't forecast much drippage. Indio sprinklers had other ideas. This was with 20 seconds left before halftime. And Blake, with all the weather we've had this season, I just laughed. I was smiling.
What's going on? Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do in that situation. I've never seen that before.
First play back, Jones rolls right, finds 4. Jeremiah Kahui. The transfer gets back in the end zone for the 2nd straight week. I love me some 4, and I love me some D. Jones, not from New York. Indio hangs on to win its first game of the season. They shut out Desert Mirage 28-0, the most points they have scored all season.
Nice win for the Rajas. Loving the new threads, too. The white helmets, the blue tops. They're mixing it up this year. Wildcats Lions, 29 Palms, making the trip down to take on Cathedral City. Apex Predators.
Who else?
Apex Predators. That's your guy, Rene Romero. I mean, I don't think we can say it too many times, but he was helping the relief efforts, helping people after Hillary. I mean, what a stand-up guy, future student athlete of the week. 29 Palms able to move the ball in Cathedral City defense. William Herrera, nice 20-yard gainer to get the Wildcats into scoring position. So 29 Palms moving the football and in business. But turnovers, Bailey, turnovers. You're a Chargers fan. You know about turnovers. I'm a Nebraska football fan. I know about turnovers.
We know a thing or two about that.
You can't turn the football over. You're going to lose every time. Noah Barber throws a pick in the end zone to Romero. He gets some yards going the other way. Number 7 doing it all for Cathedral City. Lions win over the Wildcats 15-0. Cathedral City, nice bounce-back win after their loss last week to Yucca Valley. And Bailey, get this. Cathedral City 4-1 on the season, 1-1 in league play. Head coach Richard Lee has his Lions playing really well.
Lions Den are never a place you want to be, especially on Friday nights. Palm Springs staying put this week, a makeup game from earlier in the year when they had to cancel due to the aftermath of Hillary. The Tribe trying to get right before October, and this was your typical get-right game. No problems with PVV. Jordan Johnson, 4-1 to the house. 45-yard run for the sophomore RB. Indians take a 7-0 lead. Our Wes Williams, love when he gives us a scene setter. And he told me Palm Springs was vicious on defense. Look at that hit from Jaden Smoot. Indians held Palo Verde to 8 points in the first half. And you know the Tribe can certainly run it, Blake, but we're always wondering about the air. Beware of flying objects. Unless it's a Bishop Miller pass to Koa Rapolo, that's totally acceptable, and that's totally on the best local sports show. Trust the process, Tribe. Shout out to head coach Daryl Go-Reef. First year at the helm, his first win for the Tribe, 32-22 the final. Hey, right on time too, as DEL kicks off next week with the Ramon Road rivalry.
That it does. And speaking of the DEL, La Quinta, they were on the road against Vista del Lago. They lost 35-0. And Yucca Valley, DVL score there, they beat Banning 56-0. So that's going to do it for highlights and scores from this week. But we have more than that. We're not done with the show. Coming up, we are going to preview next week's slate in the Desert Empire League. Plus, we got what else, Bailey?
Girls on the gridiron. Opening night for Friday Night Lights. Hey, it's not just high school football. Come on, stay for the fun. You're watching the best local sports show.
1, 2, 3, Steelers!
Hello. 1, 2, 3, Ravens!
Say hi.
Hi.
Good job, way to get in there. Good job.
Hey, looking like some people that are having maybe a little too much more fun than us out here. Come on now.
You gotta have fun, right?
Hey,
it's football.
If you're not having fun, you're not enjoying life.
Yeah.
Blake, I'm Bailey. Football is a sport that is trying to be more inclusive, and it's a sport that isn't just for boys. Hey, girls, they can't only just play, they can run it.
Yeah, they can play the game and compete at a high level. We've seen that and reported that with Palm Desert at the high school level this year. The Lady Aztecs in their inaugural season, they won their first game, which is really cool. But we're seeing other girls in the Valley take up the game of football as well. We had the Steelers and the Ravens on opening night. That's an AFC North rivalry.
A little an AFC tussle.
Yeah, kicking off their season. Friday Night Lights. How awesome is this? Friday Night Lights is a youth football league here in the Valley. In fact, you've probably seen it driving down Washington. It takes place at Mitchell Page Middle School. The field's packed with kids, hundreds of them just playing, having fun out there. And not just playing football, but building skills for later in life. It's a win-win for everyone involved, and obviously, it's a lot of fun.
Opening night, and it's great. And I'm excited. We have our first girls team here with Friday Night Lights. This is our first season. We have the Ravens versus the Steelers, all girls, and they're having a blast.
What's your favorite part about football?
Making the touchdown.
Making the touchdowns? What about you? What's your favorite part?
Probably pulling the flags. It's so much fun. I like being quarterback.
What's your favorite part about football?
That taking the flags. Same.
We've been doing this for 9 years, and it just gets bigger and more fun every year. John and I grew up playing sports together, so this is our chance to kind of give back a little bit. We were missing the youth sports, and it's just been a ton of fun.
It was awesome to be out there. I mean, everyone is out there. There's so many people, and you know, you drive in that area all the time. I drive in that area all the time. Tons of people in the lights. It's just, it's a lot of fun. It's great.
I didn't know I was a Ravens and a Steelers fan.
Yeah, I was cheering for both. It was kind of hard because, you know, they're rivals, but it was awesome to see those girls play some football, and not just girls. I mean, it's a co-ed league, so tons of boys out there as well. So really cool to see.
Very fun.
All right, so We're going to look now at the Desert Empire League, which starts next week. Here is the schedule of those games next Friday. And right away, Bailey, we're getting into rivalries. I mean, we got the flag game hitting leadoff, and then not only that, the Ramon Road rivalry, Rancho Mirage Palm Springs, and then a good one, Xavier Prep Shadow Hills. So right out of the gate, we're going to see some marquee matchups.
Well, not only marquee matchups, but games that these kids have been dying to play for, maybe for their entire high school career, right? Flag game, you keep that for an entire year. That's been at LQ the past 365 days. League hits different next week. Whew, get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, you got to think that the Aztecs in that rivalry game going to give all that they can, but you probably like the Blackhawks in that one. Rancho Mirage Palm Springs, Rattlers, Indians, I don't know. I mean, that should be a heck of a football game down at Ralph Watts Stadium. And then the Saints and the Knights in the dungeon. So
I've heard they've called that the Varner Victory Bell game.
Yeah, I made that up.
I actually like that.
I call it the other side of the 10 rivalry.
Yeah,
you know, because those two schools
are on the other side of the 10.
Yeah.
Apparently, everything's a rivalry nowadays.
Yeah. Hey, do want to mention before we go, Bailey, you know, CV, we give them a lot of credit, but Yucca Valley, do not count them out. They have 3 games left, all at home against Desert Hot Springs, Coachella Valley, Indio. The Trojans could make some noise. They're unbeaten in league right now.
Yeah, their last 2 games on the road against Desert Mirage and 29 Palms. So if they get through those 3 games at home, winless, or wins, they could take the DVL title.
Friday, October 6th, they host the Arabs. That could be a huge game. Looking forward to that, and looking forward to next week. Thank you for watching this week. For Bailey Arredondo, I'm Blake Arthur. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
News Channel 3 is now available on any of these streaming services and on KESQ.com.